a Marine, bro, you hit a national anthem, you lock your box. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. No,
And
I
the
still
respect
get
for us
chills
is
every
there.
time it plays. I still get chills every time
Exactly.
it plays.
Yeah. And I
You
tell
know,
people, I said, man, I've been in a position where I've had to be that person to fold that flag and hand it to somebody's mom or wife or dad. So I
whoever.
respect the flag as much happens in America that I don't like.
Yeah.
There's a respect that I have and a dignity that I have that most people will never understand.
Wonderful day, Monte. Wonderful day. Ain't stressed about nothing right now, cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thinking my makeup for this wonderful day. Ain't tripping on nothing right now, cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful, thinking my makeup for this wonderful day. Hey, 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 hey. The instruments visual to your mind. Sit back, relax.
What's up, guys? Sergeant G here from the Stone Vet. It's been an honor today. I've got Mr. Coach Monte here with me today, the inspirational speaker of the Marine Corps. It seems like I don't know. Apparently I worked with this guy back in years ago in the Marine Corps. When we were back with 272, I don't believe that place, man. I'm sure it's all changed since then.
Yeah.
But it's been an honor. I've been talking with Coach Monte here for a little while now, realizing, hey, we did serve together. We was actually working in the same freaking unit, working in the same freaking company, had the same commanders, and go figure this, where the clock, how the clock is turned for us today, you know? So
Yeah.
it's been awesome to be able to sit here with Coach Monte and just talk with him a little bit, talk about what he's been doing, where he's been since serving in the Marine Corps. When we're in, like I always say, we're always told when, where, how, and why. Once you
Exactly.
get out, you're like, I ain't got nobody telling me anything anymore.
It's a whole nother story.
It's a whole nother story. What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to
Where
be
should I
doing it?
be?
Why am I doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Coach Monte went on to become an inspirational speaker, to be able to help inspire us as Marines or as people in general. Say, hey, dude, we got a purpose. We got something going on here. So I'd like to be able to bring Coach Monte on. Sir, tell us a little bit about what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, and how you're doing it.
All righty. What's going on, man? I appreciate the invitation, RG. Yeah, we go, but man, I was thinking back. It had to have been like 2002 or three. We was in the same
I
company.
checked in 2000. Let's see. I
I
left
got there in
Okinawa
2002.
in 2002. So it was like 2002 when I got there. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
2002 when I checked in there because we shipped out in 2003.
Yep.
The first deployment in 03. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got there the same time because I came up recruiting duty there. Anyway, but that's another story.
That's a whole nother
Whole
thing.
nother story. Don't even anyway. But yeah, man, I retired in 2013 and I was in that what was that, February 2013. And I was in that space of like, what do you do next?
What's next?
And part of it, yeah, it's like, what's next? Because like you say, I spent 22 and a half years, bro, 22 years, 6 months, 24 days. And every day I knew what I was going to wear to work. I knew what time to be there. Somebody always told me what to do, so that's a whole nother story. But it's like, what do you do next? And that's
Right.
where a lot of people miss it. I don't care if you do 3 years, if you do 30 years, the next part is where we struggle. And so for me to get into what I'm doing, it was it's like twofold to the story. But and I'll get into the first part of it, or the what really drove me in the beginning. I'll get to that part later when I tell you my story. But the second reason I really got into speaking and into training was this was it was literally 6 months back to back. I was asked to be the guest speaker at a corporal's course graduation.
Corporal's
And
course.
so yeah,
How they say, hey, dude, come be corporal's course speaker.
they always have a guest speaker at the end of sergeant's
Mhm.
course, all that stuff. So I had 3 Marines in the class at the time. 3 of my guys were there. And so the director called me. He was like, hey, you want to be our guest speaker? I said, absolutely not. So
No,
long
that's not
story
me.
short, yeah, I said, no, I don't want to do that.
That's
And
not what
he
I
said,
do.
yeah, that's not what I do. And he said, well, he said, 3 of your Marines are here in the class. And he said, there's some other Marines here that know you. I guess that was part of the unit because I was at Cherry Point at the time.
Okay.
And he said, man, I don't know what you say to these people, but you have to do it. So I said no again. So after I said no the third time, whoever his boss was called me. He was like, okay, graduation's on Friday or Thursday. The ceremony starts at 10, be here at 9:30 in Deltas. And I was like, I served 2 bags full. So, I showed up. But anyway, I got up, I addressed everybody, and I took the last I only had I had 15 minutes. I think I talked for probably 10. And I spent literally 8 minutes talking to the Marines that were graduating. And I just told them, hey, you're the backbone of the Marine Corps. You're why we exist. It's because of you and that first level leadership, and just went on and on. I talked to them and inspired them. And so at the end, when the graduation's over, after they get their certificates, everybody, waits, goes down in front of the little stage, whatever.
Yeah.
And shakes hands with everybody. And this is before pre-corona, but we were down there shaking hands. And this little old lady stopped. She was one of the graduates' grandmother. And she said, how long have you been an inspirational speaker? I said, ma'am, I'm a Marine. I'm like, in uniform, I'm a Marine. I'm not a speaker. She was like, no, seriously, how long have you been a speaker? I said, ma'am, I'm not. And she said, well, you should think about becoming an inspirational speaker. I said, why is that? She was like, because if you talk to people the same way you talk to us and inspired us, she said, I've never been a Marine. But you not just inspired me, but you inspired everybody in this building. She said, if you talk to people and tell your story the way you did it today, you could change some lives. So I took it as a grain of salt. I said, yes, ma'am, have a good day, just being polite. And literally 6 months later to the day, I was asked to be a guest speaker at a sergeant's course graduation. And bruh, it was like deja vu. Somebody's grandmother, different lady, just stopped. I was like, so how long have you been a speaker? I'm like, ma'am, I'm not a speaker. This is, I'm a Marine full time is what I do. And it was like along the same story. So, after that, I started just watching Les Brown, John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, and just started listening to different people. Eric Thomas was one of them. And, I just started following them just to see what they do. And then from that point, it just kind of drove me. So that was one part of it. And then another part was I was introduced to John Maxwell actually in the leadership class.
Oh, wow.
Which is in the church. And I was introduced to his books. And so I started reading it. And it changed my leadership style as a Marine, because you're taught hand and knife hand, which you can't do that anymore.
That's
so
what I heard.
Knife hand.
He's like, you gotta tell me that.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother.
He said,
you can't knife hand.
No more knife hand. I said, dang.
You might hurt somebody's feelings.
Oh
yeah,
man,
it's crazy.
I remember there when I was at 272, I had a master. I can't remember master, big old tall black master when I was there. He was like the acting first, so I can't remember.
Reeves.
Williams, I think that was his
name.
That's
who it was.
Master Williams, big dude. He was there, like everybody knew him. Everybody knew who he was. Yeah. He got into my ass one day because I had a Marine walking across the grass, and I was like, "Hey, dog, I'm yelling, hey, get your ass off the grass!" And he pulls me aside and said, "You can't talk to him like that." I said, "What?" I said, "I thought you said we ain't allowed to walk in the grass."
Exactly.
And he's like, you can't talk to him like that no more. I said, you gotta be kidding me. I said, so how am me as a sergeant, as an E5, how am I supposed to tell these Marines? Do I just pull him aside, come here, buddy? You can't walk in the grass. You know that, right?
Please don't. Please don't.
Just don't walk in the grass, please, because I don't want to get in trouble.
I would tell him, I said, you know what, since you can't walk across the grass, you're halfway there, just hop the rest of the way.
That's hazing. You can't.
That ain't hazing. That was prevent the Marine from walking across the grass. So I made him hop. That wasn't hazing. That was instructing. So you learned the lesson. If you want to hop across the grass, you can, but you can't walk. So.
Yeah. Anyways, I apologize. I always do that. I always end up cutting people off. But like you're saying, though, you can't knife hand anymore.
Yeah, you can't knife hand anymore. So, and you see it now. And I'm sure it's across all branches of the service, because Marine Corps is the last branch to change with anything. Mm-hmm. But I had to change the way that I saw people. And one thing that I learned about reading any book that John Maxwell has ever written and talking about leadership is you have to, it's a famous quote. They say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And bro, you'd be amazed at how different when I begin to change my leadership style to the point of just letting people know, yeah, you're a person, you're important. Now, I will punch you in the mouth if you do something crazy, but outside of that, I'm gonna treat you like a person. I'm gonna treat you like a human being. And right. I always had this thought process of, if I were in that position, how would I want to be treated? And so that just led me to a whole nother way of, seeing things, valuing people, understanding people. And it changed my logic, it changed my thinking. So it made me a better husband, better father, better Marine. And so right. that's kind of how I got to where I'm at now, man. And it was like, once I, had to figure out, like I said, after you leave, what do you do next?
Right.
And there's nobody tell you what to do, that sort of thing. So that's what it was. I was like, I have to stay in in the vein of what's good for me. So I joined the John Maxwell team actually like a year after I retired. And it just put me on a path of just like personal growth, training. So now, bro, I go from anywhere from a group of 3 to groups of 300,
Oh,
from
wow.
Marines to, sailors to, I've been DC. I spent a lot of time in DC with the federal government, training with them and doing private contract and stuff like that. And that's what I do. And so I don't just go in and just, how people, they click the slide and talk and you sleep the whole time.
Yeah,
No, I make you
you
think.
actually go out and give, and and I got, that's crazy. I got a devil dog I served with in Hawaii, and he got in a lot of bad stuff. He got out with a bad conduct discharge. We all make mistakes. We all, we all come from different walks of life, like you said. We all come from different walks of life, and he said, he told me, I talked to him. He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I got kicked out, bad conduct discharge, because of the actions that he took, being selfish, of course, doing the things that he knows he wasn't supposed to be doing. But now he's there in Pensacola, Florida, and he's doing speaking events now, talking about, he's going in for his master's degree. I believe he said he wanted to be a therapist. He's wanting to be a therapist to help people who suffer with addictions and stuff like that.
All right.
And he's like, yeah, he said, I'm doing like you. I'm giving speeches to commanders and stuff. And he said, and afterwards, I'll tell him, I said, this is what happened to me. I served in the Marine Corps. I got kicked out after 4 years because of my negligence to myself and to my country, but he's doing it. And I was like, dude, I was like, this is crazy. But he's like, he's like you, he's like almost a motivational speaker, an inspirational speaker saying, look, dude, you're not stuck where you're at.
And that's the thing, man. People lose it. Like I said, it don't matter. It doesn't matter how long you in. Everybody has a past of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing most people don't know about me, I had broken times. So I did 4 years. I got out for a year and came back. But my first enlistment, bro, I had 4 NJPs. 4. You try that now, it's a done deal. After 1 year of use of pattern misconduct, you got to go.
Yeah.
Most people had written me off at that point. And then when I decided to come back in, it was like, dude, you ain't gonna get back in. It was so bad when I decided to come back, G, that I had to write a letter to the Commanding General Eastern Recruiting Region as to why he should let me back in.
Oh,
yeah.
You won it. That means you had to prove yourself. Yeah, because with 4 NJPs, it's like
4 NJPs.
Why? So, why do you think you'll be an asset to the Marine Corps again? Yeah. Look at how bad you were while you was in. What makes you think that you will be a huge asset back to my company?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I had to write the letter. I wrote the letter, Eastern Recruiting Region, to the CG. And so I wrote the letter. Just Marine logic, just thinking. I was like, that dude ain't gonna read that letter.
Right.
Bro, one day, literally, he called me. I'll never forget it. It was May 9th, 1995. He called me. And I answered the phone. I said, hello. And he was like, hey, is this Lamont Land? I said, yes, it is. I was like, who is this? And he said, this is Brigadier General so-and-so. I'm like, yeah, okay, man, who is it? Quit playing on my phone. I'm thinking it's like one of my boys playing on the phone. He was like, no, this is, whatever his name was, Brigadier General so-and-so. I'm like, here we go. He was like, okay, so you don't believe it's me? I was like, well, I really don't have a choice. He said, did you write a letter? And this is what you said. And the dude had the letter in front of him. I was like, ooh, hey, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, sir? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, sir. Yeah, changed my whole tone of voice.
Right.
But from that point, he said, look, he said, I believe in you. He said, so what I'm going to do is, he said, I'm not going to give you the 4 years. He said, I'm going to give you 3 years. So they changed my MOS. I became a heavy equipment operator. He said, I'm going to change your MOS. You got 3 years. He said, prove yourself and you'll be okay.
Damn,
bro, that was a turning point.
You were what, an 03?
Yeah, I was 03. Yep, so I was 03.
So they took you from one bad sister to another bad sister. You're going to be an engineer now.
Exactly.
You're like, you ain't going far. That's why I try to tell these grunts try to talk all this crap. I said, dude, when you're in the field, I'm in the field. When you go out and play games, I got to go and make sure you're taken care of while you out there playing games.
Exactly.
I said, I ain't no pug like these office people pushing papers. I said, when you go on, when they say, hey, 2 threes going out, 3 threes going out, you're like, fuck, that means we got to go out again.
Exactly.
So I just got back. I just got back from the other unit that just went out.
Exactly. So when you go at a time, we all go at a time. So
yeah, we all go out there. It's a mess. So you were able. So the commander, the 1-star said, "Hey, sir, I'm gonna give you 3 years to prove yourself to the Corps." Yeah. And even for him, he's probably like, I'm not gonna see you in 3 years. I'll probably be retired by then. But
yeah. And I wish I had kept up with him to know where he was, because I for real wanted to send that dude a letter like, here you go.
There you go. You
But
know, you could even send him a retirement. Say, I want you to come to my retirement, dude. Look at what I've
exactly,
done.
I should have paid for his flight.
You
For
know,
real,
pay
I
for his
should have.
flights. I appreciate it. Look what you did. I was able to retire. Not a lot of people can retire from the Corps, man. It's
Exactly.
a slim number of Marines that retire.
It's a different beast, man. It's different. But that was my move, man. So my thing that's why I was laughing when you talking about your guy with the back kind of dicks with the
Mhm.
BCD. We write so many people off because they didn't make it in the military. But bro, you know how many people don't make it, and then you have to look at how many that actually make it, but look at how many people never took the chance to do it. And
Right.
because you're not good at one thing, doesn't mean you can't be good at something else. And
Exactly.
so look, you look at his life and how he's rebounded, and what he's doing now. So yeah, I don't want a master's degree. I mean, that's just too much. Yeah. Anyway,
It's a lot of work. That's what he's working on right now. I was like,
I
this is
know
like,
that's what I'm
hey,
saying.
he's working on a master, but he's like, no, he said people are sponsoring, like people are paying for him to go to school. Like they want
That's
him
good.
to. He's like, because he's like, I got a BCD. He said, I don't get no benefits. I don't get no VA disability.
Yeah, I
I don't
forgot
get
about that.
I don't get no VA disability. I don't get no GI Bill. I don't get anything. I screwed myself,
Yeah.
But he said, people are paying for me to go to school so I can do what I'm doing right now, so I can be better at
Wow.
what I'm doing. And I said, that's
That's good.
awesome, dude. So
Mhm.
like you're able to find your niche to say, hey, dude, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
And he's like, people have a good comeback story. And I said, well, man,
Yeah.
it's working. I mean, if they're paying for you, if you're getting scholarships, keep
Yeah,
doing
you're
what
doing
you're
something
doing,
right.
man. You're doing something right. You're doing
You're
what
doing
you want to
something right.
do. And I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing with people is that they get lost. Like I said,
Yeah.
they're no longer told what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it.
Yeah.
You get out and it's like, damn, I'm a person and I got to make my own decisions. And I got to make sure I make the
Exactly.
right decisions. I got to
Yeah.
make sure I'm doing what I want to do. With this whole inspiration, so you say you go over to DC and you get speeches out in DC as well.
Yeah.
So is it more like SCSs out there, or executives, or what? Who are you speaking to out there in
The
DC?
majority of those are like are trainings that I do for like Department of Transportation was one client, Navy Yard and their leadership was another client. I'm trying to think. And then matter of fact, one of the companies that I go in and I train for as a private contractor, they train for a group that they house and it's called the partnership, community partnership, and they're in charge of like everybody who does they take care of people who deal with domestic abuse, substance abuse, homelessness, all of that, and then some of them that fall under that umbrella are veterans organizations.
Okay.
And so the people that I provide the training for are the staffs who run these places. And so it helps a lot because coming from a veteran to tell them what people are experiencing as a veteran, like I can't speak to everybody's situation, but a lot of it, just the real life experiences, it helps. And it's like, when it's over, it's like, man, you shed a new light on it for me. And so that's the one thing I like about training instead of just speaking. It's like it gives you that intimate time to just talk to people. And it's not just me talking and you listening,
Right.
it's everybody interacting. So, DC is pretty much where I'm at a lot. I before this whole craziness started, bro, at least twice a month for 2 days. That was the minimum. Some days it was like I would leave on Monday, train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I would turn around and drive back like Thursday night, or maybe, very rarely did I stay in a hotel. My wife's like, you need to stop and get some sleep, man. I'm trying to get to the house. So I'll turn around and come back.
No, it's just like it's like when you want to get the long weekend, the long holiday. You're like, yo, we going to Miami. You're like, damn, you leaving Jacksonville and driving to Miami? Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're like 3 or 4 of y'all go. He said we taking turns driving. We're
That's
gonna
it.
make sure we get there on time. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna be right back.
Oh yeah. You think about the crazy stuff we used to do when I was in the grunts here at Lejeune. My best friend, the guy I went to boot camp with, me and him were here together. And then it was a bunch of other people from Chicago. We were on a 72 where we supposed to go at like 50 miles, I think it was.
Something
Maybe
like a
75.
first flight or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. We was in Chicago. We go to Chicago, hang out all night long, sleep the next day, hang out a little bit that night, and then turn around and come back on the 72. Just crazy. But we was young and stupid.
Yeah,
man.
young and stupid, of course.
Yeah.
You think about it now, you're like, how the hell did I do that?
How did we do that? Exactly. Because I drive from here to Raleigh, and I'm like,
right? Yeah, that car. I'm the same way with my wife. She's always like, "We don't do road trips." I said, "Because I sleep. You put me in a road trip, I'm almost go to sleep. Like I ain't trying to drive. I ain't,
Exactly.
My brother lives out in Phoenix. I went and visited him a couple of years ago out in Phoenix, and I was like, I said, why the hell is Phoenix not off the major highway, dude? I said, how the hell? I said, you got to go through let's got a big forest. You got to go through a national park. And I'm like, why is this not off of I-40? How is this not a straight shot off of 40, dude? Like, you know, and then I had to drive back, and it was one of the bad ice storms that happened that year.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, we'll just go south. So I try to get as close to Mexico as possible, leaving Arizona. I try to go down. I was like, it's got to be hot down here. Like, you know, it's warmer down towards Mexico. Hell no, there's ice everywhere. I was on some back roads, and I was like, we going to die. We going to die. And there ain't nothing out there. Like, literally, there's nothing out here. Like, it was just desert. You know, I was like, why is there so much ice in the damn desert right now? Like, you know, and I was like, this is nuts out here. They had, you know, cause they got the immigration checkpoints and stuff out there. And I'm like, I was like,
hey, didn't you go to Arizona with us when we did that project for in Naco on the border? Was you there?
no, I wasn't
Naco,
there.
Arizona?
Okay.
Okay.
No, yeah, I didn't go.
Yeah, it was we got stopped a couple of times. It was like, where y'all going? Like,
What the hell
to
you
work.
think? Where am I going?
He was like, are you citizens? I'm like,
what the hell am I wearing?
anyway.
Marine Corps uniform? What the hell is this?
Yeah, exactly. Whole nother
This is
story.
on me.
Yeah, we for real. We got stopped twice. I think two or three times at a checkpoint. And one dude asked us were we citizens.
You're
So
like,
I got on
do
this
we all
green
look the
suit
same?
that says us Marines right here.
Us Marines.
Yeah, not U.S. It says us Marines right here. Yeah, and my name. No, we're not citizens, bro.
No, we ain't citizens, man. We just out here playing in the middle
We
of
just-
freaking nowhere just for the hell
We
of
got
it.
nothing else to do. Exactly. Yeah. So,
No, that play. Yeah, I was like, no, this is no. You know? A commercial break.
all right.
Let's go commercial break. Give our thanks to Rafa 180 for being our sponsor.
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180 for being a sponsor. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
But
Welcome
no, man,
back, guys. I hope you like that commercial by one of our sponsors at Rafa 180. Like I mentioned before in the last episode, if you guys want to help sponsor the Stone Vet, go ahead and email me, thestonevet420@gmail. I'll put that in the descriptions down below. If you guys are talking, if you own a small business, or you a veteran-owned business, or your wife owns a business, and you need some sponsors, you need some satellite time so people can see who you are and what you're doing, go ahead and email me. I'll put you out here. We'll work an agreement. We'll work something out to where we get you on the show as well. So we're back with Coach Monte, man. Well, man, we've been telling us the stories, dude. Like, what kind of speaking are you, since this whole COVID thing, is your speaking events been slowed down a lot, or?
You know what, man? All the in-person stuff stopped.
Yeah.
But everything now is on Zoom. So I'm fortunate. I'm very blessed for that. You know.
So you're doing what you're doing right now. You're used to
what I'm doing right now, literally for sitting in this chair. And like, hey, here it is.
That's why you got to get the backdrop all nice and everything, so it looks
Exactly.
good, right?
That's how it all came about. I was like, yeah, since I got to sit here anyway, might as well give you something to stare at.
Right, get some good background or something. You got to put. I'm in my wife's store right now. That's what I'm using right now. Is my backdrop is her store,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, we're closing the storefront down. I'm like, now I got to find I got to set up a new spot in the house to be able to do
Y'all
it.
closing it down?
We had to close it down. COVID killed us, man. It's been killing
okay.
us. So we transitioned everything to online now. We had an online store, but we wasn't really maintaining it. So now we're working with we're working with a team called True Lotta, and we're working with them. And they've been helping us tremendously with our website, making sure we can get it up and running. They're like, this is our goal. They said, this is our 6-month goal. If it don't hit this, dude, it's not worth it. You might as well close down the store. And I said, all right, let's go. My wife's like, man, she's like, I'm getting sales on the website now. I said, perfect. Then I said, then it's working out. She's like, they're all regulars. I said, that's what you need is your regulars to come in to make sure that they come to the store, that they're still buying what they need. And then they tell their friends, and then now we started a sales team. You can be part of the sales team at Rafa 180. So you're able to go on there and you're earning money. So you go on there and you're earning money up to 50%. So whatever, if you have somebody that uses your name on the
Mhm.
website, because it'll be like Rafa 180 and then your name. So it'd be like Rafa 180 Lamont. And if they go in there and whatever they buy, certain products, you're getting up to 50% of what they're buying. And that's going back in your pocket. That's going back in your pocket.
That's a deal there.
Yeah, it's a
deal.
good deal. So people like because this is a affiliate, you affiliate
Mhm.
program, you hear about it, but I mean you're getting
Right.
like 10%, 7% and whatever,
Mhm.
So my wife's like, a lot of people are kind of turned off by the affiliate name.
Right.
She's like, I'm gonna call it sales team. Let's call it sales team. I said, yeah,
That's
it
it.
works. I said, it
Make
sounds
people feel
better
like
to
they're part of the team. Yeah.
part of a team. And so she's got a couple people who signed up. But yeah, I mean, on certain products, you yourself can earn up to 50%. So if they buy something that's $100, you can get $50 off of it. It's go back in your pocket, and that's what she pays out. And she pays it out the 1st and 15th of every month. And so she
Wow.
pay it out, and it
Mhm.
helps us, increase our sales,
Right.
we make money, helps increase our sales, and then we give it back to you guys.
Mhm.
So like stay-at-home moms are like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I said, that don't mean nothing. I said, my wife's a stay-at-home mom, and she runs a distribution center, and she runs a store, and she homeschools 7 kids. That ain't an easy job. Being a stay-at-home mom is not an easy job at all, I said,
Mhm.
especially, and you're like, man, I got to figure out a way to bring some income. I said, well, that's going to help right there. You can earn a little bit of income, and all you got to do is just tell people, go check out Raffle
Yeah,
180,
go to, I was gonna say, go to
backslash
his
whatever,
website. Mhm.
backslash your name, and they're going to log in, and we'll see it. Hey, they logged in under this name. Oh, this is what we owe them. When it comes to 1st and 15th, she pays out, and you get a little bit of money back in your pocket. You can make, and it's up to you, like how hard you push it. I mean, like anything
Right.
else, how hard are you going to drive for your business? If you drive hard, I mean, we have people right now that are doing it, and they make upwards of like $2,000 a month doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
They make upwards of like $2,000 a month, and it can happen. So you can go anywhere from $200 to $2,000. It depends on how hard you push it. Like anything else, how hard are you pushing it? How hard are you pushing your business?
And that's a killer. And she pays twice a month, because most places you go to do stuff like
Once
that,
a month,
you
right?
go to Philly or a team. Yeah, it's once a month.
Once a month. Yeah, you gotta wait.
And you looking like on that 30th day, like, it's my money.
My money coming. I better make
That's
sure my money adds
exactly.
up, right? This is what I calculated, And so,
Yeah,
but
that's the
she's
way to do it.
doing all that. Like she's getting everything ready. The website's up and running now. It's doing good. And I was like,
He said if he was just like, if you wanted this dude, he was a first sergeant at the time. Well, he had just got promoted to first sergeant, and this was in the grunts. He said, Lane, if you want to stay in and you want to be successful, he said, just remember this: somebody's gonna always tell you what to do. He said, just show up when they tell you to show up. Be on the right uniform. All you have to do, he said, and somebody's gonna tell you, and then just ride it out. And I created an acronym out of that, and that acronym is PUT, and that got me to 22 years.
really?
Be in the right place, in the right uniform, at the right time. That's all I did, bro. And I got promoted, and I was able to retire. That was the uniform. That was the
learned the
acronym
game. You learned how to play the game.
That's it.
That's
yeah.
it.
Okay.
That
You want
is
me to
the
go
biggest
run
thing.
3 miles? Okay. So we're gonna run 10 a day. All right. I might get tired at 8, and I'll just slow down. What you gonna do to me? Nothing. I'll go run. You want to go to the field? Hey, let's go to the field. Hey, it is what it is.
But that's what helps though with that mentality. Like you got that wholesome mentality. Like, man, dude, we're just here. Let's just do it and just get it done with. And
Exactly.
I mean, we can't do nothing about it.
Can't do nothing about it. Go out there, complain the whole time, because that's what Marines do.
Yeah.
If we ain't complaining, we ain't happy.
Right.
You complain about the whole time, and then when it's over, just like you said, it's 6:30, 7 o'clock on Friday. You just chilling. Hey, it is what it is.
Just hanging out, chilling, enjoying yourself, just sitting back, just relaxing. Like, damn, you believe that bullshit we had to do last week or whatever?
Stupid. Yeah, you laugh about it. You keep moving.
You laugh about it. You keep moving, like you said. And that was the biggest thing. That's one thing that I learned before I joined the Corps. I actually met we have a reserve unit out here. And I was working at a grocery store, Albertsons. I don't know if they got Albertsons there in North Carolina or not.
No.
But it was out in Albertsons. It was a grocery store, like a higher end grocery store. And the Marine came in, and I asked him, I said, dude, what's the Marine Corps like? And he told me I'll never forget it. I don't even remember who he was or anything, rank or anything. He just said, it's whatever you make of it. And I was like, and that's how I lived by it. I said, it's true. And I've been living life like that. People are like, what's it like? It's whatever you make of it, man.
Whatever you make of it.
I mean, you can make it miserable and just suck, and it will. I mean, be like, dude, like you said, hell, we have to do it. We got to do it. Just go do it and just get done with it. Be done with it and move on. It's not gonna last forever.
You know what, man? I was just about to say that. My pops told me that this was my first year playing any organized sports, well, second organized sport. I played football. I think it was in seventh. I was in seventh grade. I was 12 years old, and we had, how they weed people out.
Yeah.
And we drew out by running. And when it was over after that second day of running, I was like, Pops, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this. I came to play football, not to run. He said, no. He said, you keep running, because the ones that thought they would come to play football didn't want to, they're going to leave. He said, but those that want to continue to play will stay. We ran one more day. That third day after that, the coach was like, look, I got who I wanted. The ones that didn't want to be here are gone. And the lesson I learned in that, my pops told me, he's like, the worst thing in your life will always come to an end. And that's literally how I live every day.
I like that. I like how
it
you
doesn't
say
matter
that.
how bad it is, bro. The worst thing in your life is going to always come to an end. Think about it. Think about your worst experiences. The worst days, they all came to an end.
Absolutely. And it's true. It's true. I mean, I like how you're saying that, because I got a lot of people right now. I got Chief Warrant Officer up there in Cherry Point right now. We served together in Hawaii. We're both E5s. He's Chief Warrant Officer now.
Okay.
He's over there. I got a girl in Florida I just met. She's Air Force. She helped change the UCMJ for MST, for military sexual trauma. I'm talking to her right now, and I got a Master Sergeant over here, Marine Corps Master Sergeant over here. All of them going through divorces, dude. And I'm like, and, it's miserable, dude. Like, you're like, I love this person, and this is what happened. This is where we're at right now, And like you said, the worst days come to an end.
They do.
And it sucks. What they're going through sucks. Like, trust me, I couldn't imagine, me and my wife going through a divorce. I couldn't imagine. I've been with my wife for 20 years, dude. Like, I couldn't imagine. 20 years I've been with my wife.
20? Okay.
20 years. We've been together. We've been married for 18, been together for 20. And I tell him, I'll text him,
Right there.
Yeah, right there. How long you been married?
25 years. January will be 26.
26 years,
26. January will be 26 years. And it is, people had this facade about marriage and life, and bro, it's like, it ain't easy. It takes work.
It's not.
26 years, I've gotten on her nerves a whole bunch of times.
Oh,
she's gotten on mine. But at the end of the day, you look at the big picture, like, okay, we ain't gonna get on that story, but I'm gonna tell you this. One of my partners, he was married before he got divorced, right? And then he married somebody else, and then he's divorced again. And so him and his first wife were thinking about getting back together. He was like, man, I'm tired of dating. I said, bro, let me tell you something. I said, you at 47 years old going out dating other 47, 48, 50-year-old women. I said, you know what that's like? It's like going through the Goodwill and trying to figure out what's in the best shape that's still in the store. Bro, go with what you know. Stick to the original, because it ain't gonna get no better. He just looked at me. He was like, bro, you made it. He laughed. He was like, you made it simple, but you didn't have to say it that way. But I did. I said, yeah, it's like going to Goodwill trying to pick. Okay, yeah,
it's true, because now you're like, because they've lived their life. They've been through hell too. They've been through it. They've been through the struggles, and it's like, dude, I told my wife, I said, yo, if this shit don't work out, that's it, dude. I ain't trying again. She's like, you lie. I said, I swear to you. Oh, no. I said, will there be somebody on the side? Probably, but I ain't married to somebody. I ain't getting married again. I mean, as much work as we got to put through it. I mean, I put my wife through hell. Like you said, it's not a 50-50 thing. You know how people say, well, marriage is 50-50. And my wife's like, my wife, that's bullshit. She said it's 100-100. You got you got to do, and she got her 100. She got to do. Whatever your spouse has 100% that they have to put into it, and you got 100% you have to put into it. Like I put her through hell and back. I always say it every episode. I'm like, I'm blessed beyond all measures to still have her with me. Like, I mean, I've put her through hell and back. And last night, man, like I said, I'm not a drinker. And last night we got to drinking, and all kinds of shit. I ended up going to bed crying, like, but we're having a breakthrough because we've been through so much crap that we haven't talked about and we haven't done. I haven't allowed her to express herself, because you know how we are. Fucking jarheads are always like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. We always like sweep that shit under the rug and we'll come back to it when we come back to it,
And if we come back, if we don't.
Yeah, exactly. If we don't, then we don't. Then it's solved, whatever.
It's all there, just let it be. But underneath the surface, it's still there.
It's still there. And so it was. It's been on the surface. It's been on the surface for years, And we finally had a little breakthrough last night. And I'm like, and it was good for us. It's good for marriage, you know what I'm saying? You have to, that's what I tell him. I said, yo, you married, if you in the military and you married, dude, you got a lot of shit you're dealing with. Like, it's not just, you have to put in more effort into your marriage, into your significant other, because she's decided to stay around and still be there with you.
Exactly.
You know, and she already know. Like I said, my wife, she 20 years. The whole time I was in the Marine Corps, she was with me from the beginning. She's still with me today, and she knows. She's like, there's shit wrong with you. And I said, I swear 90% of it is from the Marine Corps. I swear to you, because they made me, because you have to adapt and you overcome. That's the biggest thing in the Marine Corps. You adapt and overcome. You get put in a situation. How are you going to overcome that situation? You know?
Yeah.
And
You have to, go ahead, man.
no, go ahead.
You know, one lesson I learned, two lessons that made the Marine Corps work with me, the Marine Corps and marriage work for me, was this. One was, and this one, when it comes to the marriage part, kind of hit home. This master was retiring, and his retirement ceremony was on Friday. He stopped by the office on Thursday, and I was a sergeant at the time. I think it was a sergeant. I was a sergeant at the time. And so we were just talking. He just sat down. I was a platoon sergeant, so I'm sitting in the office by myself. He came in. He was like, "Man, I just want to talk to you because you're a cool dude." So we talked, chopped it up for a little bit. He said, "You married?" I said, "Yeah, Master, I'm married." He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "I don't care what they tell you about the Marine Corps comes first." He said, "That's a lie." He said, "Your marriage and your family always comes first." He said, "If you believe in God, that's always God first. Then your spouse, then your kids, then the Marine Corps."
Yeah.
He said, "Because I can tell you this." He said, "I'm retiring tomorrow after 26 and a half years." He said, "Dude, I'm divorced. I have 4 kids and only one of my kids are going to be there." He said, "Because I put the Marine Corps first."
Yeah.
For 23 and a half years, 24 years, and it cost me a marriage at 23 years. He was married I think 19 and a half, 20 years of those 26, but his wife couldn't take it no more. So they split up. Yeah. And he got out there that Friday morning, and he just laid on the table, like all his emotions. And the same thing he had told me the day before, he told them. And he said that he said, the fact that, people telling you the Marine Corps comes first is a lie.
Yeah.
And bro, I tell anybody, I don't care. I wouldn't care if the commandant showed up at my house and told me I had to be at work. If my wife and my kids needed me, bro, y'all got to wait. Yeah, that's it. Because you know what? Here's the thing, bro. At the end of the day, I don't care how many years you do, how many deployments you had, none of that. Like your wife was with you the whole time. She's still there now. When you walk away from the gun club, the Air Force, the Army, you get through floating around on them Navy ships, or you being a coastie, no matter what you do, guess who's going to be there for you?
She's still going to be there, And that's the biggest thing. I mean, just getting an understanding, like we get selfish as shit. Us military people, we're selfish as hell. We always we're thinking about ourselves. It's about me. I got to take care of me. But I think that's because when you go to boot camp and you're doing whatever you do while you're serving, that's what they teach you. You got to take care of yourself. You take care of yourself. You take care of your buddy to the left or right. You're taking care of them. But if you don't take care of your spouse, like you said, if you're not taking care of your spouse, it's gonna fucking hurt.
That's it. So,
you're gonna hurt your marriage. You're gonna be quit being selfish. And a lot of times, I mean, like I said, I got one guy. He was being selfish, dude. He took it upon himself to do whatever the hell he wanted to do, and I was like, see, I fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I said, I did the same shit you did. I said, I've done it. I said, I'm still fucking. I said that was like 6 years ago, and I still don't. We still haven't gotten over it because what I do, sweep that shit on the rug, man. I was stupid. I was selfish. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I said that was 6 years ago. So I was just turned 30. It's almost like it was like my midlife crisis because I just gotten out of the Corps. I just gotten out, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing with my life. And I was being stupid. But if you don't put in the effort for your spouse, your significant other, it's going to fail. Like you said, he was 19 years and he's getting divorced. I'm like, damn, dude, like that's a lot of time to put into somebody. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to put that time into you like that, you got to think there's work. I mean, you're investing in each other. That's the biggest thing is you're investing in each other for a better future.
In the stock market.
You putting in, like, I'm investing in you. Like I said, I've been married 20 years. I've been investing in her for 20 years. And she's just, I tell her every day, I say, she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I tell her every day, I say, you are beautiful. But I said, it's because I see who she is, what type of mother she is, what kind of God-fearing woman she is. she follows the Bible, and she's like, no, you got to do this. This is how it has to be. You have to be, you have to build your relationship. And I was like, you're just everything. I was like, you the whole damn package. I said, I look at me in the mirror. I'm like, what the hell is she seeing me still today? I said, when we first met, man, I had no hair on my face. I was like 100 pounds lighter. I was a little skinny Mexican guy walking around. I was like,
that's probably why I don't remember.
I was a lot. I had a little shaved face, I got the nice clean hair, And I was like, man, I said, since I've been with her, I put on over 100 pounds, man, since we've been married, over 100 pounds, And I'm like, goodness gracious. I said, and her, I was like, you look exactly the same the first day I met you. I said, there ain't nothing changed about you,
Yeah.
But I said, I'm going to see her that way for the rest of my life because that's what I see. That's who I see,
That's it.
But like you said, I mean, what kind of inspirational speaking can you give, man, for people struggling, people struggling through their relationships right now, whether it's marriage or just friendships or anything like that? What can you say?
It's life, man. And you said something that's very important. When you look at life, when you look at marriage, you look at relationships, you look at careers, you look at anything, it's all about me. And we're selfish. Like you said, we're selfish. Mm-hmm. So here's a simple way to tell you how selfish you are. You ever been in a group and you do a group selfie and everybody say, hey, let me see it. And then if your face or your eyes like cocked to the side and you ain't smiling right, you're just like, no, take it again. The first person you look for in that picture is you. Right. Because we're selfish. We're born that way. So, this is who we are. Right. So, you learn. It's my toy, mine. But the thing is, bro, you have to, and this is, I guess, you have to move past that selfish state. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not about you. So when I look at all that I do and I make decisions, I do everything based on this. How does it affect my family?
Good.
That's it. So, we'll make time for you.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out to the Stone Vet, hanging out with us tonight. Remember, here at the Stone Vet, we got you 6.
Introduce visual to your mind. Sit back, relax, and feel the vibe. I think about what I'm going through. I wouldn't be nothing without my guy. Gotta keep my eyes on the prize. I struggle and strive to survive. I'm just trying to make it. Gotta stay strong because these times so hard. And if you gon' stay loyal right now, I'm chilling with my squad. You see me protecting myself with this gap. It's hard to stay alive. Been taking for me for so long, but now I'm back. The claim was mine. I'm going to war for what I need. Like soldiers overseas and camouflage. Ain't stressing my name right now cause everything's straight. I'm feeling so grateful. Thanking my maker for this wonderful